Hello, America. It's time to check the nonsense at the door, clear the cobwebs between your ears, and have a rational-ish conversation. This is the lost art of common sense.
Donald Trump doesn't just live large. He lives, really, on top of the world. He is the American dream.
Oprah Winfrey, who I used to know well, she used to love me until I decided to run for politics. Oh, let's go to Mar-a-Lago, Donald. I love the place so much. She used to love me, but once I ran for politics, that was the end of that, and that was okay with me. I couldn't care less because we got to make our country great again.
That's right, America. I'm Kevin.
And I'm Josh.
And this is Lost Art of Common Sense, brought to you, as always, by our merch shop. So click that link below, buy some shit, because it's awesome, and you'll look good in it. Everybody does. That's a proven fact, scientifically proven, so don't question me.
Not only good, it'll definitely help you look better than you already do.
And by the opening, you kind of see what we're going to be talking about, kind of the system, the elites, kind of versus Trump. So Josh, let's get right into it. Trump was a New York Democrat most of his life and beloved by celebrities and Democrats till 2015-ish. Was there something that happened to change their minds and their opinion on him?
Well, yeah, I guess running for president as a Republican. I mean, he was starting to get like I can't remember the guy's name because he's inconsequential, but the guy has a late night show who is talking shit about him at the Correspondents' Dinner, which I'm thinking is
Was it
the
Stephen
actual...
Colbert?
No, it wasn't Colbert. He's one of the other guys, and you can't remember his name.
Jimmy Kimmel?
Nope.
Then I don't.
Yeah, it's
O'Brien.
No, it's the short nerdy guy from SNL, and he made some joke about Trump at a Correspondents' Dinner, and I'm pretty sure that is the actual moment and reason why he decided to run. Why everybody, I mean, by 2016, like we talked before, pretty much the big slide happened the second term of Obama. That's when we started getting more polarized as a society, and Republicans were starting to get labeled as more basically racist Nazis and homophobes and all that stuff. So by him picking that party, that might be why they flipped on him so much. Because, yeah, everybody always wanted to be around him. I mean, Oprah had him on her show multiple times, and in that clip, they actually followed him around all day. Like a day in the life of Trump. And it's funny how he would talk to people and be like, this guy's a schmuck. He'd hang up the phone and be like, schmuck.
You're fired. Well, I mean, I think the big thing is he's not a established politician.
He's never been left wing though either.
No,
I think he was a Democrat because he lived in New York.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, let's be real. The Democrats were a lot more moderate not that long ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not hard to be. It wasn't a big jump to be a moderate Democrat to a moderate Republican. It was just a few
Clinton
small
tried
issues.
to be. He tried to dip his toe in the left with trying to get universal health care, and he swiftly backed away from that when he started realizing his chances for re-election were dwindling.
Yeah, I just think they decided that once Trump could not be controlled, because he wasn't a established politician, is when the media juggernaut and the system decided to turn against him, especially when he became an actual threat, when he became the nominee. That was when
I think they're told, like, as far as celebrities go, they're probably told not to like him because a lot of celebrities that have either retired or they've reached the status of I don't like no fucks given, like Clint Eastwood and stuff like that. A lot of those people are conservative.
Well,
but they either don't care they continue to get work, or they're so popular it doesn't matter.
Well, even Elton John is like, no, Donald's been to a bunch of my shows. I have a good rapport with Donald Trump.
I like the Donald.
I like the Donald. He's like, I might not see a lot.
Sparkly glasses.
I don't agree with his politics, but I like him as a person. So I mean, yeah, once you got so much power, then it doesn't really matter. Unless you're like Diddy power, then
that's the wrong kind of power.
That's the wrong kind of power. So sorry. No president or candidate has ever had this kind of heat from the media, the opposition, like ever before. Why do you think they're so against him? I mean, he's not even that conservative. I mean, compared to be like a conservative, he's more of a populist, more of a moderate than he would have been a moderate Republican back not that long ago.
Yeah, he well for one thing, yeah, Trump is not conservative by any means. He's a populist president who leans right and he wants to do the best for the country. He is like he is the I guess the good thing is he took a total wrecking ball to the Republican Party. I mean, he destroyed the Republican Party
Yeah.
in a good way. But
Well, I mean, kind of. I mean, it's in shambles right now. There's like
well,
faction.
you gotta take it down, Kevin, before you can build it back up.
True.
And if he doesn't get reelected, then I guess it'll be 4 more years before, whatever. But I don't I mean, I think that's the biggest reason, though, like we were talking before, like there's nothing really on him. Like he never drank. Like and he was like paranoid about that. I don't think it was just drinking because his brother had,
Well, his what was it? He said his older brother was an alcoholic.
but he also always kept his nose clean. Like
Yeah.
that's why that one mobster, like they kept trying to, get over there and compromise Trump, and it just he's always protected himself with like retired FBI people, and so there's not a whole lot other than he's a womanizer, billionaire playboy, big
Yeah,
fucking
but I mean, tell me a billionaire is probably not.
well.
Maybe Elon Musk, but
No,
I think he is too.
I don't know. I know he's got a lot of kids.
He's got a lot of kids, a lot of them. But yeah, I mean,
I think he's got 8.
but it just seems weird that they're. I've never seen a target on anybody's back. I mean, figuratively and like factually. I mean, literally. I mean, I've never seen anybody have a target on his back like Donald Trump has.
It hasn't been from all fronts. Like if you ever go see the movie Reagan, you're going to see a lot of similarities of back then with Reagan and Trump now, especially with like Reagan's whole transitioning into being a Republican. But there's a lot of similarities, but it was never as intense or vindictive as it is now, to where, the media just doesn't give a shit anymore. They'll just flat ass out lie or walk the dog like crazy on anything.
Well, I mean, even politicians. I mean,
Not walk the dog.
even Trump, Harris has lied multiple times. I mean, it's like there's no repercussion for their actions because there isn't, because the media is not going to catch them on it. There is no moderate like news channel. Right? Fox News is about as moderate as it gets, and I don't even know.
I think even them that they all play their part.
Yeah, I don't think it's like moderate. I mean, I think it's more. I think it caters to the right, but I think it's more left leaning up above. I mean, but I mean, no one's saying, "Hey, this is false," unless you go on the internet and only X.
Where
really.
all the truth is, quote Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah. Only on X really is where you're going to find any kind of, backlash for these blatant lies. And, I mean, there's a lot of people on X, but not enough.
Yeah, apparently like 80% of them are bots.
Yeah. I mean, there's
Which
a lot
if some of those 83% of the bots could start following, liking, sharing, and subscribing, that'd be awesome.
Yeah. Come on, Elon. Get us some followers. So
we just need one like.
So
take a minute out of your busy life of trying to go to Mars and being, trying to help humanity, and just give us one like. Maybe give us a share.
We're
a blue check mark.
Yeah, help a couple low middle class people, get a few followers.
So just random fact, just random statement.
Okay.
My smoking hot lady was on some group, and someone asked this question, and this person didn't know how to answer it. And like, her comment was, so I grew up in a middle-class family, and that was it. And like, this is going to be my answer to anything I don't know moving forward.
That's a good answer. That's all you got to do.
Why did you mess that up? Well, see, the problem is I grew up in a middle-class family.
Well, I grew up in a middle-class family. I'm sorry. Why'd you speed? Why were you speeding? Well,
sir, I grew up in a middle-class family.
I grew up in a middle-class family.
That's a good answer. The new privilege card.
It's You know, it's a good answer.
Yeah.
So back on topic.
On top.
What makes Trump a threat to the status quo?
Well, for one, you can't control him, so he can't be blackmailed into like doing what they want people to do. But the other would be the things he wants to do. Like
Yeah.
the status quo is basically our country has been ran by a bureaucracy for a few decades now.
Yeah, I think. Fuck.
That's the status quo.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, presidents come and go, and the whole country, slowly progresses to the left. And then, because all these people getting hired into the bureaucracies are left leaning, and he's disrupting that. I mean, I think that's where the education up with education, down with deportation, is because they want to get rid of the Department of Education, which they 1000% should.
They should. What I see since 19.
Carter's the one who brought it back.
Since the Department of Education has been like when it was brought back in 79, we've spent a lot more on schools, but the students are not getting any better, like at all. If anything, they're getting worse.
Well, and I think that might be another reason why they're passing people that shouldn't be passed, because as soon as you get the government funding involved, if you have like students being held back and their SAT scores are down and all this stuff, then it's going to affect their funding. So I would just either take the money and send it to the states.
That's what you should do.
And I think like what I don't understand is like, if you have a public school system, they should all get the same amount of money. Now, like per child.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have like, because there's school districts around here that are out in the middle of podunk nowhere that are rich as fuck because there's a fuel refinery like 5 miles away.
Well, they get percentage of tax too, like county tax.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, then.
Like every county has a tax for their school district.
Yes, it is. It has always been bad in Texas. And that's why you see a lot of those people standing over by the day labor place looking for jobs. One guy get a truckload.
Josh has got a few of them in his backyard right now.
What?
Nothing.
I needed a new deck. But yeah. But no, they tried Department of Education back in the 1800s. And the funny thing is all those people did was gather stats. And the Congress said that's too much power. And they got rid of it. Because back then, people went to Congress to represent the people.
Yeah.
And now they go there to get rich and powerful.
I mean, that's why I'd go to Congress.
I just want to get 2 terms in so I get that sweet pension.
I just want a pension and a freaking free health care for the rest of my life.
That's all I want. It's not too much to ask.
No.
You have to be there for at least 2 or 3 terms.
Do you?
Yep.
That's horseshit.
If you're only there for 1 term, you don't get any benefits.
You don't get any benefits?
Nope.
What's the fucking point? Like, I don't want to be there.
You're supposed to be there to be patriotic and represent your
I am for 4 years.
I mean, as long as you're doing your job, though, you're going to get reelected and it'll be fine.
I'm not going to do a good job.
What do you mean? All you got to do is show up and be an asshole.
Oh, I mean, that's true. I
feel like you would excel at that.
I would excel at that. You're right. Maybe I would do a good job. Vote for
Kevin. Yeah, that's why the status quo doesn't like him, because it's not just locally like in the U.S. either. We have become, a lot of the first world countries have institute a lot of globalization. So there's a lot of things that he disrupts, and he did disrupt. So it's like when these countries were NATO. Yeah, they definitely didn't like him in NATO.
No, because he made them pay what they're supposed to. They're 2% of their GDP.
And if someone can explain to me why NATO still exists, since it was originally formed to stop the spread or stop the USSR from moving eastward, and now it is there is no longer USSR, so I do not know why there's still NATO. NATO was not formed to stop Russia.
This is what they're going to say, is so that Russia is not like.
That's what I'm just saying. Their original mandate is no longer there.
Yeah, I don't think there's. Is there any former USSR countries that are in NATO?
Poland
think
was
they can be.
the USSR.
Was it? Were they?
Yeah, USSR was huge.
No.
Yeah.
Is Poland in there?
Yes.
Huh. I didn't think they're all trashy like that.
I don't think they had a choice.
Look at
They were
you.
promised
You-
rainbows and
You
unicorns,
used to be like
and they got
related.
pickaxe and meal tickets.
You came from a communist country.
I mean, yours
Your
is
heritage.
worse, so,
Your heritage. At
what
one
country
point.
did you come from, Kevin?
Don't worry about that.
Asking for a friend.
Don't you worry where I came from.
I'm pretty sure your country of origin, we had to enlist the communists to stop your originist country.
Man, I wish I
Keep
would have.
talking shit, buddy.
Man, I wish I would have thought of that before I started making fun of you. God damn.
There you go. It's called
Throwing stones, buddy. Throwing stones.
All right. So yeah, that's my answer on that.
Yeah. Okay. So first the media attacks, then comparisons to Hitler, then lawfare. Have we just witnessed the progression to what is the next step in with the 2 assassination attempts on his life? Is this the progression of what is? I mean, is this what it's all been building to? I mean, do you think this is, or is this just 2 random acts by 2 deranged individuals? Was this planned by the deep state, or maybe, possibly planned by the deep state, or was this 2 random acts?
Well,
remember, we're live and the FBI is listening.
For one thing, that has nothing to do with it. Trump's words caused his own assassination attempts. So.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Well, and I would think it's purposeful because they go out of their way to. Now, just listen to this question here, followed by this comment.
Don't worry about what's happening over on this side of the screen, all right?
But
and shut up. They're going so much.
They're going out of their way to try to dehumanize Trump. Like, that's why they got so pissed off at Jimmy Fallon for messing with his hair, because you're humanizing him. Well, if you dehumanize someone and you call him Hitler, then yeah, there's a bunch of crazy, stupid assholes that'll be like, "Oh, well, I'll take out Hitler."
Well, who doesn't want to take out Hitler and be like, "I am the savior of humanity"? I mean,
the last Trump assassination attempt, that guy looked like he might have been a fan of Two-Face or something, because he had the hair and everything.
Dude, that guy was weird looking.
He was weird. That was a weird dude.
Yeah, he was something else. So back to talking about him. Was it a good? Was it a good idea of the FBI to release the letter of the latest assassin? The latest assassin hopeful, calling for someone to finish the job and saying that he would pay for them to do it. Was that a responsible action of the FBI?
No, I think that was super stupid. And if it would have been literally anyone else, they wouldn't have done that.
Well, I mean, how long did it take for? All right. So the Catholic school shooter, that trans shooter, she her manifesto didn't get released until what, a month ago, and that was over a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Because there might have been violence against trans people. So instead of that, you're like, we'll just let this letter slip out about,
Well, apparently there's a $20 million standing bounty on Trump from Iran.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole thing about how they got a bunch of people going after Trump right now.
Well, and that's because, they don't like Iran hates Trump.
I know.
Multiple reasons.
Yeah. So basically, Kamala has Russia and, Iran backing her. So that's a good combo.
Yeah, it's like, well, they're trying to walk back like, well, they didn't solicit any of that. So we're going to, they're trying to like walk back the whole how Iran stole, hack stuff from uh the Trump campaign, sent it to the Biden campaign. They're using. I'm like, yeah, but the fact is they used it.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, you didn't deny it, you didn't report it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we'll do that when we'll put his comment up when I go to my winner of the week or loser, I guess, because
yeah.
will Trump make it to the election?
I would think so. He's got a pretty high level of security around him. I mean, there is rumors of 9 heat-seeking surface to ground or surface to air missiles being smuggled to the United States to try to take down Trump Force One. That might be a fake story because
Yeah,
no
I
one else
have no
picked it
idea if
up.
that's real or not. I saw a few rumors on X about it, so I'm not going to say it's true. So that is not confirmed news. That is just a rumor.
Now with the border being open like it is and people like
Now, let me see
coming
rumor.
through, huh?
I say I wouldn't see. It could be possible. I mean, it's wide open in areas.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like it's they're priming everything to make another attempt that much easier.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm assuming he's going to make it. Obviously, you hope for the best. You hope he makes it. You pray he makes it. But
He has
I
a
mean,
lot of ex special forces military gun tubers that support him. And if I was him, if I had the money, I would hire them for personal security. The only downside to that is private security cannot get a shoot first, ask questions later,
no, they don't have that kind
know,
of clearance from the
ability
government.
like Secret Service can.
Yeah,
And it's not like he can pick who he, hires and doesn't hire. Now, if he gets reelected and makes it to election, which if he doesn't, I think things are going to get really fucked up in this country. But then I would look into that because there's a lot of people that I bet would be down with that. But the only problem is, if I don't know how that'll work if you have private security and you see a barrel sticking out of a bush, I would think you can open fire.
you would think so.
But like literally, the Secret Service is the only one that doesn't have to ask permission to take a kill shot. They just do it.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't obviously from
obviously after the first one they didn't.
yeah. I mean, from Butler,
Yeah,
it wasn't even Secret Service. It wasn't even the who do they have there? Who are they filling in besides police?
the DHS, Department of Homeland Security.
Yeah, it wasn't even that guy. It was a local.
Yeah,
So I don't know. Hopefully, I mean, like I said, it's like they said. If anybody, I forgot what movie it was, but anybody, I think it was Godfather. You can kill anybody. Blah blah blah. As long as you don't give a shit about your own life.
that is true.
So I don't know.
I don't know either, man. Crazy stuff. What will happen if he wins? Will things simmer down? Or
Money will fall from the sky.
Yeah.
We
Or
all get free
will
licenses.
it be money or hellfire?
Probably both. Probably not much money. If he wins again, see, here's the thing. He's already like been through it once. He they were
It just
talking.
seems like more like.
I think it was RFK was talking to Jordan Peterson, and he's saying that there's some kind of transition committee or something you do that you don't really do because there's like money release once you win. He's already gotten a financial backer to where he's already started it. So like, if and when he wins, the second he takes an oath, they're gonna have it all set up to where it's like boom, they're changing government over, and like everyone's getting fired, and he already has all their places. It's not going to be like last time because he even told RFK he was not expecting to win in 2016. Like him winning caught him flat-footed.
Yeah, I'm sure it did.
So
You could tell it did because he wasn't. Some of the people he picked in his,
well, he picked some of his corporate buddies, and then he was just doing what people told him to do.
yeah, and it was the wrong move. So I think his experience, obviously,
I think that's what makes it even more dangerous
but I mean, like,
to other people. Like if you like,
yeah, well, I mean, obviously, because that's what I was going
based
to
on
ask you.
polling, I'm sorry, there is no way in hell you should lose.
But I mean, like, people are going to get so, like, Democrats are going to get so upset, right? They've already been through 4 years of this. Like, they've been through 4 years of Trump. They're still alive. They're still.
Second term Trump is, if
I
you're
get it, but I mean,
part of the old
but it's not.
establishment,
But it's well, I know. No, I'm just talking about regular fucking leftists. The fucking wackadoos or the fucking far left people. They've lived through Trump. They shouldn't be this worried about anything. I mean, I don't get it. Like, why is it so direct? Like, you've already seen it. You've already seen what he's going to do. He doesn't give a fuck about you, you wackadoo. He's just trying to make.
that's pretty cool.
That is pretty awesome.
Iowa National Guard doing their part to help the people in North Carolina, because they were talking about a 15-foot what do they call it? Storm surge. That's scary. That's like a story and a half high. So that's cool that they did that.
Yeah. We'll get to this. I don't think that's real.
What?
No, it's not real.
I don't know. This is a pretty credible source. Okay.
It's a dude in a basement.
He
doesn't know shit.
Did you leave him cue cards? How's he typing? Did he get out of his restraints?
He wasn't supposed to have access to the internet.
I'm just saying. Like, how'd you get on there? Like I said, this still pertains. He was totally on camera looking for a rope.
I can't believe my cat's typing so much.
They're just gonna have to get over it. Like, this was just like this back in the 60s, though, where people were like, it was like, you didn't have the internet, so like, it wasn't like in your face, but it was pretty bad in the 60s. And like, basically what happened is the adults came in, smacked all these dipshits down, and then they went back to their normal lives.
Yeah.
And now a lot of them became professors and trained the next, group of dumbasses. But but second term Trump, I mean, there's a lot you can do. I mean, it's like some of the stuff with the health stuff and that's why there's a lot of stuff that RFK,
I hope
I don't agree with, but like,
I hope he doesn't.
I think he'll do good. I mean, he's not going to hurt the country. I know that.
No.
And I guarantee you the world will not become more unstable.
No.
Because of fucking Trump.
I guarantee if he makes the world stable and fixes the economy, people will still say he's Hitler.
Yeah. He could bring Jesus back and be like, look what Hitler did.
Yeah.
He was sleeping.
Well, I mean, most of the left is atheists anyway, so.
That's true. He's just trying to make us believe in Jesus. He's the devil.
All right. Well, that's all I had for the main portion. So you know what that means?
It's time for winners and losers.
In my book, you're a winner too.
I think you're a loser.
What's up with all this dead pause stuff? You need to be better at your job.
Well, I mean, the thing like
you know how long it takes. Be a professional.
I don't. I just so who's your loser?
My loser is Kevin Albers.
Shut the fuck up and say a real loser, dickhead.
Mike Johnson.
Yeah.
Just because, like, we talked about him last week.
He's a fucking pussy.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't necessarily call him a rhino per se, but he's definitely a spineless man.
Dude, I blame this all on Matt Gaetz.
Yeah, Matt Gaetz I don't like Matt Gaetz either.
I think
like everybody thinks because obviously we're right leaning. I think a lot of people might think that we agree with everything that has to do with the Republicans. Unlike the Democrats, and maybe the reason why Republicans can't get as much done, a lot of us are independent thinkers, and a lot of us don't like a lot of other Republicans.
Dude, like I said last week, I don't have a party.
I don't trust anybody who looks like a walking character.
No, he looks like somebody drew up a nerd.
Like, how big of a piece of paper do you have to be to make a character of somebody who already looks like a character? When you go to the fair,
yeah,
and they over accentuate,
yeah,
they need a whole separate canvas for his forehead.
They do. It would have to be like
attack, but I don't feel bad about it.
No, he's a spineless wuss.
Yes,
he just dropped like everything other. He just signed over. Here's a bunch of money. Here, let's spend some more money.
Well, and it was just a stunt. It's like I'm not gonna lie. I did not like McCarthy either. Like I never.
No, but I think he would have been.
But he was better than Mike Johnson.
He was better. At least he tried. I mean, he tried.
Yeah. I mean, you have to work with people in Washington. That's just how it is. But I don't know.
Yeah.
Who's your loser?
Well, everybody that's getting hit by the hurricane right now, not because they're losers, but
This is like one of those things where like sometimes we do a loser because like you're a loser, and then the other one's like, oh, you're losing because
yeah, because I feel bad for Florida, North Carolina, Georgia, all of them states that are getting hit by the hurricane.
they didn't even finish rebuilding in Florida from the last one.
I'm poor, but if anybody watches this that has money and could donate, go ahead and donate. I don't know. I don't have an address or anything.
Yeah, don't donate to us. You just need,
but yeah, don't. You can donate to us, but it's not going to the people in Florida.
You can help donate to the.
But there are websites and stuff. So I just want to get it out there that they are having a hard time. There's like 2 million people without power. It might be more than that. That was just in Florida. Hundreds of thousands of people are without homes. They've been destroyed or they can't get into them because of the storm surges and stuff. So I just wanted to bring that into like light that, part of our country is going through a thing right now and we should all pray and, do what we can.
Yeah. Because
obviously the most I can do is talk about it. Maybe some other people can do more.
Well, it's just going to make things especially harder in Florida because they're already having issues with like people not being able to get, if you don't live in live or own a building or whatever that's not up to current hurricane code, you can't get insurance.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a lot of bad going on down there.
Yeah. So do what you can to help. If you're listening to us, then yeah, hopefully I don't think we know anybody has money, but if they do, try to help out. Josh, who is your winner of the week?
My winner, for not really any huge reason other than I think he's an interesting listen, is Eric Weinstein. He's a mathematician. I listened to a few of his podcasts and other podcasts he's been on, and he just I like him because he's in the academic arena and he just calls things how he sees it. Like he's not like he even calls out like how string theory is bullshit and how it's been like this 40-year long thing about covering people up or covering up like real science. And I mean, he's a weird, interesting dude. He does a lot of pop culture references too. Like you can tell he watches a shit ton of movies.
Well,
like he'll be doing this serious talk and he'll be explaining something. It's like, oh yeah, like you've seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space, right? I mean, that wasn't one of the movies, but
no,
I guarantee you he's watched it. But no, he's a good. He'd be a great guest for the show. He'd never do it, but he'd be a great guest for the show. But yeah, I like it when you have people that are in the higher academic area or anything that has higher status and isn't pushing the standard bullshit. He's pushing back against it. I think it's actually working out better for him. So that's my winner.
My winner is, the Trump campaign for putting out this little ditty of a graphic and, let's go.
Are you putting it up? You want me to put it up? I'll put it up. It's up there. It's already up.
There it is. So basically, he put out Kamala's Project 2025, which is citizenship for 20 million illegals, ban gas-powered cars, replace police with social workers, ban fracking, transgender surgeries for minors, taxpayer-funded reparations, pack the U.S. Supreme Court, government and big tech censorship, cashless bail for violent criminals, federal takeover of all elections, use tax dollars to fund abortion, enforce racist affirmative action, mandate vaccinations, require government approval to buy a gun. Which, I mean, that's all things they've said. She said.
Yeah, she's on tape when she was in San Francisco saying that even if you're a legal gun owner and have your guns secured in your house, that they can just walk in and make sure you're being responsible or something. Like,
yeah.
Maybe in California. I suggest not trying that in Texas.
Yeah, it's called a legal search and seizure. That's one of the amendments.
But that's what you like from your people running for.
I thought that was a good little thing they put out there because they can try to argue it and they can just show video of her saying it.
Yeah, it's always good when you get a good troll where everything's backed up by them saying it.
Yep. So that's our winners and losers. So guess what time it is, Josh?
Trump truth.
Trump truth.
What I say is what I say.
All right. Trump truth this week is Comrade Kamala Harris just put up an ad saying that IVF was banned in certain areas because of me. That is another lie. Just like her working at McDonald's was a lie. I have been totally supportive of IVF right from the beginning, and so has the Republican Party. And that was our Trump truth.
What I say is what I say.
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
What's happening?
All right, happenings of the week.
First and foremost, it's pretty big news out of New York City. Mayor Eric Adams is being indicted with, I think, misappropriations of
Bribery.
bribery and stuff like that. So I've heard one way that it was, because he was against illegals, and so he went against the Democratic establishment, so they went after him.
You know how
Or he-
bad it is?
Or he could just be a piece of shit.
Well, I mean, it could be a little bit of both. But you know what's bad about it is they're like, oh yeah, he's like embezzled or like was bribed like $150,000, and it's like it's been so much worse. I'm like, that's not a lot of money. It may be a huge money for me.
Yeah.
But like as far as bribes go, and all it was is he got a bunch of free. Supposedly, the allegations are you got a bunch of free travel from like Turkey or something.
Yeah.
And in order to get this building done before their prime minister or whatever showed up, is he basically like skipped the fire code inspection, which is kind of fucked up. So it was 100% bribery if he did that.
Oh, yeah.
But like as far as like what other people do and what
I mean, I'm sure there's much worse happening in Washington.
Oh yeah, there's probably worse things happen. He's probably done worse in New York.
Oh yeah.
But the deputy mayor is like super, super hard left, like straight up.
Oh, he's like communist.
Hates police. So I
Yeah.
think will literally do anything to.
I wonder if he did something like he was a whistleblower.
I don't know, probably. I mean, I would say it's coordinated because if you get that guy in, if Adam steps down, then he'll literally toe the current administration's line. So,
Yep.
that was a little bit surprising though. And
That
now
was.
he gets to, I don't know if he said much about Trump when he was going through his shit, but welcome to the party, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. So, Trump is going back to Butler, Pennsylvania. He's going to honor the victim of, the guy that died and, the people who were shot and do a speech and stuff. But he's basically going back there to honor everybody that, was wounded and the guy that died and his family. So, but I mean, I think it just takes balls for him to go back to the same place that someone tried to kill him.
Is Secret Service going to let him do it? I mean, they won't let him do a rally in Wisconsin.
I don't think. Can they tell him not to do something?
Well, basically what they can do is say, we can't secure it, so you go at your own risk.
I don't know. He says he's going back. He said he already set it up for October.
Yeah, I think it's cool
5th,
that he is.
October 5th, or something like that.
I just think it's funny how the Secret Service can't make a rally in a battleground state safe.
Was it indoors or outdoors?
I'm not sure.
If it's indoors, that's even worse.
He now has presidential level protection, so it shouldn't matter.
No. Exactly. So basically, they're just telling him you can't go to a battleground state anymore.
Yeah, it's like you can go anywhere, but where you need
Wisconsin, Michigan, Minnesota, Pennsylvania, Arizona, Nevada, North Carolina.
It's like you're probably going to win Arizona. You can go there, but
yeah,
it's like they said, oh well, Biden.
You can go to Iowa and Texas. That's it. In Florida.
You know, it's funny though. The numbers where Biden supposedly beat Trump in Arizona, the numbers are so low. Okay, like low, like the amount of people in Maricopa County who couldn't vote because their machines were fucked up and they didn't have a special election.
Yeah,
and it's the largest county in Arizona.
Yeah,
like that close.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
So
I'm just asking questions, Kevin.
Yeah, it's weird.
I mean, it wasn't a question. I'm just saying.
So Kamala Harris did an interview. I'm not even going to give this so much time. Basically, it's softball questions. It was a garbage interview. This lady basically said, the Friday before she did the interview with Kamala Harris, that on Bill Maher's show, whatever it was, that Kamala Harris doesn't have to answer questions because, there's more important things. The lady who interviewed her said that to Bill Maher.
They're literally going off of the.
So right after like Bill Maher like aired his show, Kamala said that she was doing an interview with that lady.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, if you're not fucking, I mean, obviously probably anybody's watching this is not voting for Kamala Harris. Maybe you are.
Well, it was the same word salad,
but you're an
bullshit.
idiot because, again, if you can't tell that this lady is not presidential, that if she can't answer an interview, how do you expect her to answer a foreign leader's questions?
If you're going to tune into a Kamala Harris interview, I hope you're a vegetarian because all you're getting is word salad.
It's a word salad.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead, since we're
super-
talking about Kamala.
Okay.
I want all of our current 4 listeners to listen to this clip. Well, I might be the one honorable. I want you to listen to this short video that we put out on Facebook and nobody reacted to. And I want to see if you guys get the same vibe we do. So take a listen and let us know. Comment below.
I can imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know?
What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been. What can be unburdened by what has been.
I know what I must do. Create a new one, teeming with life, that knows not what it is lost, but only what it has been given.
So yeah, I want to know below if that gives people the same vibe.
It definitely does.
As I do. And yes, as our number 1 fan,
you don't get free merch. You can get, I can give you a discount.
Kevin, no, we'll get him a free show shirt.
Which one are you getting them?
Keep the record spinning.
Okay, we'll get him that one.
Keep the vinyl spinning.
Keep the vinyl spinning.
If we get the shirt, you got to wear it. It's not in the merch shop, by the way.
No, it's a special shirt. Our number 1 fan. All right. It's exactly the same vibe. Like I said on X, I'm like, this is 2 videos that give off the same vibe.
Yeah, every time I heard it, it kept reminding me of something. Like, it reminds me of fucking Thanos from Endgames, where it's like, and that statement.
It's a communist statement.
It's not an exact translation, but that is 100% out of Marx.
Yeah, well, it's a socialist statement, I guess.
Like, you have to basically, in order to put up with all the bullshit that they're going to put you through, you can't remember. It's like, if you don't remember, well, you think about that generationally, like the people of this generation, even after ours, like there were way more freedoms before we were born that we don't realize we lost.
Yeah.
And all these people, growing up now, they don't realize what we know we've lost.
Yep.
And that's how you do it. You're unburdened by what has been.
Yeah.
And she says it like such a douche.
Oh, yeah.
Especially in that first one.
Oh,
She's like,
it's,
eh? So, yeah.
So the Fed dropped the interest rate by 0.5%.
Someone called that before they did it. They said if it was a quarter point, it was they were doing it, for economic reasons. If it was a 0.5 point, it was political.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's just leave it that.
I don't even know if Trump can fire the head of the Fed.
No, I think they're an independent body, aren't they?
But how do they get hired? Does Congress hire them?
I don't know.
We need to get people in charge of the Fed that will actually do their job. Like, if you are really running the Fed,
the problem is, the government is running the Fed.
Well, they
Basically.
are now. But like, if you are running the Fed, instead of raising interest rates to where basically what they've been doing to slow inflation is make everyone so broke you can't buy anything anymore.
Yeah.
That's what raising interest rates do.
Yep.
And so what they need to do is say, no, you need to stop spending so much fucking money, because when the government overspends, the only way to control inflation is make us so poor that we can't buy anything.
Yeah, to where prices drop.
Like, that's literally what they were doing. So
Yep.
this is 100% political.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I didn't
you
realize
mentioned this
that. I already
before.
mentioned it. Yeah.
The Secret Service denied Trump going to Wisconsin So we already talked about that. Israel attacking Hezbollah. What do you want to talk about that? Because you gave that to me.
Well, for one, they're going after him hard.
Good.
Hamas fucked around. Now everyone's finding out. But like the gloves are off with Israel as far as
They blew up
Bibi Netanyahu
blew up
goes.
their dicks.
Yeah, first they blow up their dicks, then they blow up their ears with their walkie-talkies. And I'm pretty sure
They
from the
just did
recent reports today, I think they wiped out the heads of Hezbollah.
They also did they dropped bombs on Beirut.
Yeah, that's where they killed the heads of Hezbollah.
Yeah.
So, but and
Israel's
another
not
thing
fucking
with
around. They're
this-
not asking permission anymore. They're not asking. They're just doing what the fuck they have to do to survive. And I
Well,
don't
that's-
blame them for that.
that's kind of what Netanyahu said in that speech, and he was blaming us for like no, we're gonna do what we need to do. You can either help, or shut your mouth and get out of the way, because it's ironic and weird that all we've heard for the last 6 months, ceasefire out of the Israeli conflict.
Yeah.
And all we hear about the Ukraine conflict is we need to send them more money. We need
Give
to
them
send
more money.
we need to send
Zelensky
them more
was
money.
just in the country begging for money again.
So, and that, I mean, okay, it's weird if you're not paying attention, but it's just like, okay, do you dipshits not realize that this has been going on for 3 years? The second Ukraine went offensive, we should have cut it off.
Yep.
It's like, nope, we will help you keep them out of your country.
We'll do what we did to Israel. We'll give you like an Iron Dome or something,
Yeah, because at some point,
missile defense.
well, that's what we were doing with Bush years, and then Obama flattened that. We were going to put missiles in Poland or something, and
Yeah.
oh no, that was too close.
Yeah.
It's too close. How am I going to hit you with the missiles? It's like, you don't let me put it in Cuba, you can't put it in Poland.
Exactly.
But I mean, I can get, like, granted, Putin's a dick for invading Ukraine, even though he did warn them. So he's a dick for doing it, but he said he was going to do it before he did. It's like, if Ukraine tries to join NATO, I am attacking Ukraine.
Yeah.
Join NATO or talking about it, and he attacked. So he kind of just did what he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
So it's like they called his bluff, and he wasn't bluffing.
Yep.
So, but yeah, if you're like, when he said that if they keep supplying them munitions that can attack into Russia, that he's going to consider them at war with us, which even if he was going to do that,
He was going to publicly declare war on us.
and he is publicly not going to do that if he was until after the election.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
So, speaking of that, Biden is giving his last NATO speech.
Yeah, how's that? Hey, so came into office and
Who's next?
It's real bad. It's real bad. You guys fucked up real bad.
And I just want to remind everybody that Biden is still our president. Just in case you forgot, there is.
Although his wife ran the last
Joint Chiefs
Chief of Staff's fucking
meeting.
Yeah, it is Biden.
So our Biden is president, though.
How pathetic is that, though? The dude drops out of the race, and like nobody even like gives a shit, or like I haven't even been thinking about him.
No, Biden is our president. I just want to let everybody remember that Biden is our president. So until January 25th,
this guy, that guy, that's our president. Right
that's our president. So, lastly, real quick, just want to remind everybody, in case you care, the VP debates are Tuesday.
And unfortunately, because I'm working nights, we won't be able to do it.
I don't think it's on until 9:30, so.
Well, they work till midnight. So.
Oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to watch it anyways. I'll just get the clips. Who cares? I don't want to listen to 10 balls.
Yeah, you're going to get the clips, Kevin, because you get all the clips for the show, right? Right?
Well,
oh, wait, we're talking about Biden. Miles will roll in the Biden clip.
All right.
Funny.
Let's, one more thing.
Rolling it in.
As vice president, there wasn't a single thing that I did that she couldn't do. Mm-hmm. And so I was able to delegate her responsibility on everything from foreign policy to domestic policy.
Just basically pointing out that, oh, no, she can do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah, she's basically been president. Is basically what the fuck he's talking about. So, all right, Josh. Let's get to it. Our last thing.
What's the
White
last thing,
slur of
Devin?
the-
White slur of the week.
What's a honky?
And this week's white slur of the week is piney. Piney. And that is referring to white women who use the pine tree shaped car fresheners as perfume to remove a multitude of smells inherent to the white trash lifestyle. Piney. That would be your white slur of the week.
What's a honky?
I like that one.
Anytime they get like
Very
overly,
in
like,
depth.
just cover up your white trash stench.
To remove a multitude of smells inherent to the white trash lifestyle. That's a great
That is
white slur. All right, well, that's all I have. So I'm Kevin.
And I'm Josh.
And this was Lost Art of Common Sense.
Common sense.
Common Sense.
Common sense.
Keep that vinyl spinning.
And remember, don't be boring, be a pirate. We'll see you next week, everybody. And like said multiple times before, just to let you know who Kamala Harris really is, we're going to be running this at the end of every show till the election.
My values have not changed.
Reduce red meat specifically. Yes.
The Boston Marathon bomber. They should be able to vote.
I think we should have that conversation.
Abolish ICE.
Yeah. Would you ban offshore drilling?
Yes, I'm in favor of banning fracking. I am prepared to pass a Green New Deal.
I support a mandatory buyback program.
We're not going to treat people who are undocumented cross the border as criminals. The idea that more police equals more safety, that's just wrong.
Policing, as we know, goes all the way back to slave patrols and that idea.
Yeah, you are absolutely right.
Where do you stand on defund the police?
We need to take a look at these budgets.
Do you ban plastic straws?
I think we should.
70 to 80% tax rate.
I think that's fantastic.
Chip in now to the Minnesota Freedom Fund.
How dare we speak Merry Christmas? Yeah, I am radical. I do believe that we need to get radical about what we are doing.